وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يسألونك عن الأهلة قل هي مواقيت للناس والحج وليس البر بأن تأتوا البيوت من ظهورها ولكن البر من اتقى وأتوا البيوت من أبوابها واتقوا الله لعلكم تفلحون وقاتلوا في سبيل الله الذين يقاتلونكم ولا تعتدوا إن الله لا يحب المعتدين وقتلوهم حيث ثقفتموهم وأخرجوهم من حيث أخرجوكم والفتنة أشد من القتل ولا تقاتلوهم عند المسجد الحرام حتى يقاتلوكم فيه فإن قاتلوكم فاقتلوهم كذلك جزاء الكافرين فإن انتهوا فإن الله غفور رحيم وقاتلوهم حتى لا تكون فتنة ويكون الدين لله فإن انتهوا فلا عدوان إلا على الظالمين الشهر الحرام بالشهر الحرام والحرمات قصاص فمن اعتدى عليكم فاعتدوا عليه بمثل ما اعتدى عليكم واتقوا الله واعلموا أن الله مع المتقين صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Surah Al-Baqarah, Ayah 189 through 194. Inshallah, today we'll read about two ahkamat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, these are the 7th and the 8th commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala given in Surah Al-Baqarah. The first one is about Hajj. يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْأَهِلَّةِ. They ask you about the new moons. Ahilla is a plural of Hilal, and Hilal is the new moon, first few days is called Hilal in Arabic. قُلْ هِيَ مَوَاقِيتُ لِلنَّاسِ وَالْحَجِّ. Say they are indicative of time for the people and for Hajj. So the Prophet ﷺ was asked by a few people about the importance of the moon increasing and decreasing in the new moon and the benefit therein, and what are the rulings regarding pertaining to that. So the Prophet ﷺ is being told to tell those people that these are to determine time for people and to determine time for Islamic prayers in Islamic months, Islamic ibadat, prayer in the meaning of ibadah, where worship, Hajj, other months, all are determined by moon in Islam. وَلَيْسَ الْبِرُّ بِأَن تَأْتُوا الْبُيُوتَ مِن ظُهُورِهَا. It is not righteous that you come into your houses from their backs. وَلَكِنَّ الْبِرَّ مَنِ اتَّقَى. But righteousness is that one fears Allah. So this is a refutation of something that people used to do in that time, even the Muslimin, that when they had put on the ihram and they had donned the ihram and made niyat for ihram for Hajj, and for example if somebody needed to go back to their home before performing Hajj, they would not enter through the front doors but come through the rear of the house, maybe climb the wall or something and enter through the rear of the house. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is refuting that, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that there is no virtue, there is no goodness. Laysa bir again, as we explained, is goodness. There is no good in coming through the back. وَلَكِنَّ الْبِرَّ مَنِ اتَّقَى. Righteousness is that one fears Allah. So if one has fear in the heart, these things, especially this thing that you don't come from the front door but come from the back door, that doesn't matter to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَأْتُوا الْبُيُوتَ مِنْ أَبْوَابِهَا. So come into houses through their doors. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is clearly explaining to the Muslims that they can, it's fine if they come, it's perfectly okay if they come from the front doors. وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تُفْلِحُونَ. And fear Allah so that you may be successful. So falah lies not in coming through the back door or doing these small petty things, but the main scheme of falah is that you have taqwa. And taqwa is such a fear and respect of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that you stay away from disobedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that it doesn't remain possible for you to disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the more important thing, and that will guarantee success. This was about this ayah talks about the moon and this particular command about not coming through the back doors. Now from ayah 190 through 194, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about qital fi sabilillah, fighting in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَقَاتِلُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ الَّذِينَ يُقَاتِلُونَكُمْ, fight in the way of Allah against those who fight you. وَلَا تَعْتَدُوا, and do not transgress. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُعْتَدِينَ, verily Allah does not like the transgressors. وَاقْتُلُوهُمْ حَيْثُ ثَقِفْتُمُوهُمْ, inshallah we'll read the translation and then talk about the whole topic, inshallah. وَاقْتُلُوهُمْ حَيْثُ ثَقِفْتُمُوهُمْ وَأَخْرِجُوهُمْ مِنْ حَيْثُ أَخْرَجُوكُمْ, verily kill them, وَاقْتُلُوهُمْ, kill them wherever you find them, and drive them out from where they drove you out. وَالْفِتْنَةُ أَشَدُّ مِنَ الْقَتْلِ, as fitna, which is disorder on earth, is more severe than qatl. أَشَدُّ مِنَ الْقَتْلِ, more severe than killing. وَلَا تُقَاتِلُوهُمْ عِنْدَ الْمَسْجِدِ الْحَرَامِ حَتَّى يُقَاتِلُوكُمْ فِيهِ, however, do not fight them near the Masjid al-Haram. حَتَّى يُقَاتِلُوكُمْ فِيهِ, unless they fight you there. فَإِنْ قَاتَلُوكُمْ فَاقْتُلُوهُمْ, however, if they fight you there, you may kill them. كَذَلِكَ جَزَاءُ الْكَافِرِينَ, such is the reward of the disbelievers. فَإِنْ انْتَهَوْا فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ, but if they desist, then indeed Allah is the most forgiving, the very merciful. وَقَاتِلُوهُمْ حَتَّى لَا تَكُونَ فِتْنَةٌ, fight them until there is no fitna anymore, and we'll go over the details of what is fitna. وَيَكُونَ الدِّينُ لِلَّهِ, and obedience remains for Allah. فَإِنْ انْتَهَوْا فَلَا عُدْوَانَ إِلَّا عَلَى الظَّالِمِينَ, but if they desist, then aggression is not allowed except against the transgressors. الشهر الحرام بالشهر الحرام والحرمات قصاص, the holy month for the holy month and the sanctities are subject to retribution. فَمَنِ اعْتَدَى عَلَيْكُمْ فَاعْتَدُوا عَلَيْهِ بِمِثْلِ مَا اعْتَدَى عَلَيْكُمْ, so when anyone commits aggression against you, be aggressive against him in the like manner as he did against you. وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهِ, and fear Allah. وَاعْلَمُوا, and be sure, أَنَّ اللَّهَ مَعَ الْمُتَّقِينَ, that Allah is with the God-fearing. So there's a few things that need to be talked about these ayat. First is that it refers to a specific incident in 6 Hijri. The Prophet ﷺ and the Sahaba went with the intention of performing Umrah to Makkah, but they were not allowed in there by the kuffar, although they went with the intention of peace. And a treaty was signed, which is well known, the Treaty of Hudaybiyah, where the Prophet ﷺ agreed with the kuffar to return back this year and come back next year and perform the Umrah. Now in 7 Hijri, when the Sahaba and the Prophet ﷺ were leaving, it was the month of Zulqa'dah. And there are 4 months even in Islam today, and in that time as well, that are considered really sacred. Yes, sorry, sacred. And those 4 months are Zulqa'dah, Zulhajjah, Muharram in continuity, and then the 4th month is Rajab. So when these 4 months, they did not used to fight. Even the mushrikeen of Makkah would not fight. And even after Islam, the sanctity of these months was upheld, and initiating fighting in those months was prohibited. Actually, at that time, fighting in this month was prohibited, in these months. But when the Muslims were starting in Zulqa'dah, the Sahaba were worried that if the kuffar, the mushrikeen of Makkah, again do some mischief and start fighting with the Muslims, what are the Muslims going to do? Just like they did last year, they did not let them enter. So will it be prohibited to fight in Zulqa'dah, or would it be allowed? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave these ayat and gave them open permission to fight and kill them and drive them out of Makkah, even the mushrikeen, as they had done to the Muslims back in the day when the Muslims were driven out of Makkah because of their mischief and perseverance, their pursuit. So this refers to this is a very famous, and you will hear this here and there, this ayah, وَاقْتُلُوهُمْ حَيْثُ ثَقِفْتُمُوهُمْ وَأَخْرِجُوهُمْ مِنْ حَيْثُ أَخْرَجُوكُمْ. And this is not a general ayah that all kuffar should be persecuted, all kuffar should be killed, and all kuffar should be driven out of their homes. This is specifically about that 7th Hijri, where the Sahaba and the Rasul were going for Umrah, and this is if they go against the treaty that was made last year. That if they start creating fitna, if they start creating disorder, and if they do not let the Muslims perform Umrah or start fighting again, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving them permission and giving the Muslims order that you can fight them wherever you find them, those mushrikeen, and drive them, even go so far as to drive them out of Makkah, if just like they min haythu akhrajukum, the way they drove you out of Makkah that time, at the time of Hijrah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, well, fitna ashaddu min al-qatl. Fitna is disorder, and fitna is prohibiting the Muslims from openly and freely doing their worship. So Makkah, Haram, they were sacred to all people, and the decency was that anybody, even if you do not agree with Muslims, even if you are a mushrik, you should let the people come and perform their worship there, because it was equally sacred. It was more sacred to Muslims. So if the Muslims were not being allowed, that was a great fitna. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that وَالْفِتْنَةُ أَشَدُّ مِنَ الْقَتْلِ. Yes, killing is a big thing, and Muslims had been asked to stay peaceful, but fitna is an even bigger disorder. Fitna is even bigger challenge, and that needs to be fought. And it's comparatively it's lesser evil. Even qatl can be performed to suppress disorder. Even fighting can be done to suppress that kind of disorder. The other sanctities explained about Masjid al-Haram, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَلَا تُقَاتِلُوهُمْ عِنْدَ الْمَسْجِدِ الْحَرَامِ حَتَّى يُقَاتِلُوكُمْ فِيهِ. Do not start fighting, do not start the fight within the Haram, but if they attack you, you have full right and full open freedom from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to retaliate and defend yourselves. And then فَإِنْ قَاتَلُوكُمْ فَاقْتُلُوهُم. If they kill you, you kill them back. كَذَلِكَ جَزَاءُ الْكَافِرِينَ. This is the reward for disbelievers. The other thing that Hazrat Mufassirin have explained in this ayah 190, وَقَاتِلُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ الَّذِينَ يُقَاتِلُونَكُمْ وَلَا تَعْتَدُوا. Do not cross the boundaries of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do not transgress. So this is a general rule, and this is a universal rule in Islam in all times, that whenever there's fighting, only the people who are fighting will be fought against. So if there's people who are actively engaging in killing, in fight, these people will be fought against. Children, women, older people, even people who are working for the mushrikeen and kuffar for a pay, for a salary, but they are not actively involved in fighting. Even those people have to be guarded. Even those people have to be protected, and Muslims are not allowed to fight against them. Similarly, the people who are worshipping, even if they are worshipping some other religion, but they are peaceful and they are only worshipping their religion and not actively fighting the Muslims, even those people will be safeguarded. And this is explained in detail in different hadiths, that what is the meaning of wala ta'tadu, what is transgression when you are fighting. That is to go beyond when you are fighting and you're there's passion that is driving you. Then do not transgress the boundaries of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do not start destroying the homes or the places of worship or the people who are not actively fighting Muslims. And then the fighting has to continue only till the fitna is suppressed. وَقَاتِلُوهُمْ حَتَّى لَا تَكُونَ فِتْنَةً وَيَكُونَ الدِّينُ لِلَّهِ. That the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is established, then there is no more need for fighting. The third ayah, Hukum 194, about the الشهر الحرام بالشهر الحرام والحرمات قصاص فمن اعتدى عليكم فاعتدوا عليه بمثل ما اعتدى عليكم واتقوا الله واعلموا أن الله مع المتقين. That even in the sacred months, if you are put into fighting, then فاعتدوا عليه بمثل ما اعتدى عليكم. That fighting can be done, aggression can be done against the people against the aggressors, but in the like manner that they are doing it. So these are the ahkamat about fighting. Inshallah, next week we'll start from ayah 195, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about spending in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That will be the 9th order put forth in Surah Al-Baqarah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us an understanding of deen in our lives and make us follow what we heard. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen.
وصلى الله تعالى على خير.